All right, welcome to Route 22 right here in the heart of Dry Prong as we open the Week 7 edition of the Grant Cougar Coaches Show. We're here is it Week 8 already,
it is.
Coach?
You skipped out on me on week
I
7.
did. I did. I am Chad James. I was not at the game Friday night. I had to make a trip to Texas, and my man here, we've kind of swapped places from our usual broadcast positions, and Coach Laborde had all of the calling duties Friday night. How was that, Coach?
Well, I tried to do my radio voice and first down, and then as the game would go, I kind of be like, and they got it. My wife thought there was someone else with me. I said, it's just my two personalities. It was me and the other Thomas. We were just calling it back and forth. Alan wouldn't give me anything.
I asked Alan. Alan is off camera, but Alan is our producer in training, our cameraman. He was actually the cameraman Friday night,
yes.
right?
And I have to keep asking him, am I muted because I'm about to say something horrible? The coach and me.
Oh, gosh. I asked Alan when I got here tonight, I said, Alan, did you get on the mic Friday night? He said, nope. We're going to get him on there before. We're going to get him in front of the camera before this is all said and done. But we are glad to be here.
I've gotten used to starting my sentence and stuff like I'm talking to someone. So when I was doing that, I felt like I was crazy up there. So I kind of know where to go.
That's when you do go into that other personality. That would be hilarious if you did do that. Well, we are glad to be back here at Route 22. Always a wonderful atmosphere here. Always smells really good. They got some wonderful food here. So if you're around Dry Prong, we'd invite you to come on by, stop by and see us. But more importantly, get you some of the good food here they have at Route 22. The man all the way down there on the end is the namesake of the show, head coach of the Grant High School Cougars, Coach Jarvous Felton. Coach, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're good. I'm glad to be back. I kind of missed, you get in a routine of doing things, and then you don't do that for 1 week, and you kind of find yourself sitting there going, feels like I'm supposed to be doing something.
I get that all the time. I understand.
Well, tell us, how did you have a good week of practice? I know we're just early in the week. We're just Tuesday, and, obviously, we'll talk about that in just a second. Coming off a tough loss, district loss, but the practice. How's their temperament this week in practice?
The speech this week was just understanding. We can't use the word. It's now or never. The time is now. You got to revert it over to as, don't make the game bigger than what it is. It's just a game. The length of the field is still the same.
Yeah.
The first down marker is still the same. It's just a game, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't make it bigger than what it is. And, your routine still the same. The fundamentals still the same. Nothing that we do is changing. Only thing that's changing is execute.
Yeah.
So you got to execute. Just making that our purpose and understanding, hey, it's just another game mentality. Flush what happened in the past, and let's move forward and finish out the season strong, like we know we can.
You mentioned that first down distance is still 10 yards. The football field's still 100 yards long. That takes me back to that old basketball movie, Hoosiers. I don't know if y'all remember that movie, but they got ready to play the state championship game, and the coach pulled out a tape measure. Played by Gene Hackman. If you've never watched Hoosiers, I would encourage you to watch that. But he pulled out the tape measure and measured the distance to the free throw line and measured 10 feet up to the rim, and just to kind of ground them, say, look, the stage may be big, but the field of play is still the same.
That's it.
How about injuries? Is everybody healthy?
We're a little banged up. We had Matthew Cooper had a little fluid on his knee, so we held him out the last 2 days. Been icing him down, elevating him. We'll put him on the shock machine tomorrow, loosen up that muscle. Just his quad, he got a little little bruise up here, top of his knee. So trying to get that out. Caleb Furman's back this week, so we're getting him back in the groove of things. Amal got cleared this morning, so just evaluating him, making sure that he's fine, and letting him jog and run around, understand the install from yesterday. Trying to think anybody else. J-Mo's shoulder, he's a little banged up as well, but it's nothing major. We don't have any major injuries, but it's that time. It's that time of the season, that time of the year. You know, you've been hitting on each other for. I mean, we talked about it. You count summer workouts and you count fall camp. We're at like that 15-week mark. So it's that time where your body is getting a little sore and getting a little stiff, and you kind of want to take it easy, but you can't. So for the most part, we're good. We asked our guys Saturday morning. We all text them out and see where their heads were and how their bodies were to see if we need to call doctors and get them in on Monday. But for the most part, we're all good. So thankful.
That's good. I wasn't able to be at the game. Coach here called the game. He and Alan were there, and both of them, when I came in, and Ahmad took a pretty good hit, pretty good sort of an awkward tackle there. So that's good to
suplex.
Suplex. Coach and I are wrestling fans, so we.
Well, that's what you got suplex backwards. There was a 15-yard flag on that, and you hate to see that from anybody.
Yeah.
Especially when you're up 30.
Yeah. And so it's good. It's good to hear that he's got cleared and he's good to go, because the young man's putting together quite a season this year, and he's a junior. For those our viewers who aren't aware, Ahmad's a junior. He's got another year to go, and man, that young man is putting together quite a season. We'll try to talk to him again before the end of the year.
Well, I know, of all the opponents left, the most highly touted, the highest ranked individuals on their team is Franklin Parrish. So I know he wants that opportunity to go out there and do what he's been doing on everybody, on them, because it's one thing to take the 60-yard run versus the kid that's going to play 4 years of high school.
Yeah.
But, Franklin Parrish has a couple guys commit to LSU, Michigan State, Texas State. To put on film him doing what he does best on them, my God, I'm sure he might, if he wasn't cleared, he might have told you opposite.
Yeah, I mean, we kept asking him after the game, hey, like, are you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good, Coach. I'm just like, no, I think you're lying to me. And he texted me Saturday morning. I checked on him, and he was like, everything's good at doctor, but they say I can't practice on Monday. I said, yeah, I know. I was going to hide your helmet because I know you're going to try to come in here and practice on Monday. So, I mean, he had good spirits, and he's excited to get back. He's ready. He's really ready to get back. He understands where he's at in the rushing record setting, so he's trying to achieve that for himself, and he's very thankful for his O-line. He's a very humble kid, man.
He is. Just talking to him here,
very humble kid.
on the field before games. Sometimes we get there early, and I'll go out on the field and just chat with him there and chat with him here. He seems like just such a humble, soft-spoken young man, and I hope all the best for him. Not only is he trying to achieve some recognition for himself. I mean, he's quite a critical part of our offense.
Yes, he is.
29 rushing touchdowns on the year.
29. That is. Now
amazing. I did find the record.
Yeah, what is the record?
For longest it was 37. It's 52. Set by Xavier Ford just last year at Leesville, but they also counted his 4 playoff games.
I got you.
So I don't know what the
regular season
10 regular season touchdown record really is. At high school, stats are all over the place. It's individual record keeping, but we've got on 446 film, we've got 29 touchdowns.
Yeah,
that we can certify.
It's documented. So you guys obviously,
and I think that I would assume we're going to cross over into 30.
Yeah,
into the 30 mark. I don't know how many yards he has. That's a you question, because I don't keep up with the yards, but I think he'll get close to 2,000.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's an all Sinline MVP type season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Regardless of record, regardless of classification. you know, that's incredible.
Very proud of Ahmad. You both of you guys obviously were at the game Friday night. I'll ask you, Coach. You know, we lost the game, right? But in every game, there's always positives that you can find. Talk about a little bit of something against Wassman. I mean, what is something that stood out to you aside from Ahmad? Ahmad had another great performance, but aside from that, what is something that really stood out to you that you were proud of with these Cougars?
I was very proud of our secondary. This is that time in the season where you're seeing high school receivers, and our secondary perform really, really well. Our offensive line, for the most part, they did really, really well. They had some big guys up front, so this is their first time to get a true test of some beef up front and see if we can move.
How big was 99?
99 was pretty big. You know, he didn't look that big on film, but when he came out, when he strutted out there for that heavy set on offense, I was like, yeah, that is a massive human being. You know,
That big young man.
but yeah, man. They took the challenge well, man. So I'm truly thankful for those guys of them seeing what they truly are capable of doing. You know, all week our main focus was to make sure we take care of the first level first, and we watched film and we watched like a couple times. Is okay, we're getting the big guys up front. You know, we're taking them 10 yards up the field, and it's like they're wanting to climb to the backers, but they like Coach told me all week I got to stay on the first level. So But that's learning, you know, that comes with it. But our main focus was like, okay, these guys are going to give you some fits this week. We're going to be honest with you. Man to man, hey, we love you, but they're going to give you some fits. So we want to take care of the first level first. And they did a really, really good job of that. And to see them being able to climb to the backers, but they had instilled that we instilled in it. We preached all week, take care of first level first.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
So just saying that's a small win for us, man.
Yeah, looks like the offense produced pretty well. You know, it's like for the last 3 weeks the competition level has really ratcheted up, and I believe it's. We'll talk a little bit about Franklin Parish, you know, at the end, but you're talking about stepping up to the number 5 team in District 2 non-select. In the state, so that's quite a ratchet up. But against Wassman, it appears that the offense really had some production.
And you know, and I've said this all season. You know, you look at the score and you say, well, the defense played terribly. But if you actually watch the game and go through each play and like we do and we analyze it, you know, we're watching it in live stream, and Coach probably can attest to this. You know, the initial setup was usually always correct. It was just a missed tackle here. You know, they do a play, they'd run a play, go here, and we had someone there, like just about every time, and just, it was a missed tackle, or just the Wassman player just made a great play. You know, so it's like, you know, they're right there on the cusp of that score being flipped.
Yeah.
You know, 3rd and long. They've got him for a sack, and he wiggles out.
Yeah.
And then makes a 80-yard throw down the field. And it's like, how can you fault the defensive scheme or anything like that? It was correct.
Right.
You know, so it's just the kids, you know, finishing the play. And I'm sure y'all have talked about that. But, you know, as we watch that in the media, you know, that's where it's like, you know what, it's not – yes, it's a loss, but you got to understand how close the Cougars are.
Yeah.
And how competitive they are versus years past.
Yeah.
You know, these games are a lot more competitive, a lot closer.
Oh yeah.
Than the score would indicate. Even like, you know, we go back to Buckeye game. Defense, like I would say that 9 out of 10 plays were great defensive plays. And you know, you give up the one play and it's like, how can you reflect on the score? How good the kids played or how good the scheme was.
Even looking at numbers, and I know we live in an age where stats and numbers, you know, people will, you know, look at those and they'll make a judgment call on how a team performed without watching the game. And every game that I've watched this year, I mean, they're right there. You know what I'm saying? make this they're right there in terms of the numbers game, I guess you could say, with the defense being right there with the offense, because the offense have proven all year long they can produce consistently, but the defense can as well. They're right there. Every game does not feel like they're out of it. You know, sometimes you watch games I watched.
Well, look, go back to, and Coach Felton will tell you, go back to when I think we both first started here. There were games we were not in.
Right.
And we were not a play or two away or a missed tackle. We were about several.
Yeah.
You know, you felt like you got your butt just completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And this one, you know,
it don't feel that way.
Even into the fourth quarter, we're like, okay, we're right there. If we finally make that tackle,
yeah,
we can stop them. And, you know, every game has been like that.
Yeah.
Even Buckeye, you know. You're just like, well, the offense will eventually kick on, and it didn't happen. But that mindset, you can see the shift. If you watch Grand football from 2015 to now, you can see the shift.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me so excited. I know that's what gets Coach Felton excited. Just to, you know, let the community know this, it shifted.
Yes, absolutely.
It's
it has.
fine.
I've been, you know, what I watched this year, it feels different than perhaps what, you know, at the end of the game. Well, the score was this to this, and you know, we lost the game. But it's definitely different. Absolutely, it's different. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we've got some different things coming up we're gonna talk about here tonight. We have Mr. Eddie Joe Borland that's going to talk to you a little bit. Grant Gridiron Club has got a big fundraiser. Well, actually, it's going on now, but actually the drawing and so forth, we'll talk about that.
Have you won anything?
No, I haven't won anything.
You know what? I think we got to rig it a little bit. Maybe the last day. You know, whatever they have left over, give it to you.
That would be wonderful. I would love that. But Eddie Joe's going to come talk about the Grant Gridiron Club, about some new redistricting. I got tongue-tied there. Stay with us here on the Grant Cougars Coaches Show, coming to you live right here on 446 Sports from Route 22 right here in Dry Prong. We'll be right back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
And we are back here at Route 22 for the Grant Cougars Coaches Show, Week 8 edition.
That's right. Got to keep you on your toes.
Week 8 edition. We've talked a little bit about Wassman and kind of the health of the Cougars coming out of that game, and Cougars are in good health. But we want to talk to someone right now. He's no stranger to the show. We've had him on here before. This is Eddie Joe Borland. And
we were interrupting his meal.
I know.
Hey, it's some great food here.
We tried to get his son, former Grant Cougar, who is now an LCU Wildcat, to come over here and talk, and he just waved me off. He wouldn't come over here. Eddie Joe, how you doing this evening?
Oh, just fine, guys. Good to see y'all.
We talked about the health of the Cougars, and you're doing a fundraiser here with the Grant Gridiron Club. And I'm going to let you talk about that. But some of the things that this fundraiser does, it raises money, goes right back into the football program to get them the safest, the most up-to-date equipment to keep our Grant Cougars healthy throughout the year.
Yes, sir.
Tell the folks a little bit about the Gridiron Club's 30 Guns in 30 Days.
Yes, sir. Well, look, again, we thank y'all so very much for your time. We're blessed to be here today, and I represent a small group of parents, and they are just amazing people. They step up, they participate, they cook for the team, they provide for the team, they fundraise for the team. And what we're doing right now is our last fundraiser, our end of the season fundraiser, and it's basically for a $25 donation. We're giving away 30 guns in 30 days by a local vendor in Alexandria, Louisiana, with these sporting weapons. And so whether grandma wants to clean up around the barn, or you need to go squirrel hunting or deer hunting or something, we got something there that appeases to everyone. And it's just a great opportunity for the parents to get out, raise money, and give back to the team and give back to the program, because it's so vitally important as these young men's safety on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. We do live in the sportsman's paradise.
Yes, sir.
And so we got hunters all over the place. And not only are we in the sportsman's paradise, the state of Louisiana, Grant Parish is really, it's rural, and you got a lot of folks that grew up hunting. I myself was a duck hunter for a long time. I don't really do it much anymore. I catch fish. They really don't like you to shoot the fish. They want you to catch them. Yeah. But I do have quite a collection of shotguns and hunting rifles and those things. And so this raffle, you with the $100, you get 5 tickets, and that's 1 ticket free. They're normally $25 a piece, but you can get 5 for $100. And the beauty of this is, if you don't get, or even if you do, they do draw yours, and you do win a gun, it goes right back into it, right?
That's correct. Yes, sir. So every night, starting November 1st, it goes off the Louisiana Lottery Pick 3 numbers. And so there's no discretionary who's going to win and who's not going to win. Somebody's going to win.
Doggone
it. Hey, and the great thing, we had a local parent here, a dad that has a kid on the team, just graduated last year. He won twice last year. So you can actually win twice off the same ticket. The ticket is live all month. You keep your ticket stub. We have the other set of numbers that turn into the gun broker, and they process all the legal background checks and all the checks and balances, and everything's paid up, including the sales tax on your winning item, with that 1 ticket chance opportunity. And so what it does is it gives an opportunity for people to really step up. It doesn't cost you a lot of time and a lot of money. You call your buddy, you tell him you got a great opportunity to win a gun, and somebody's going to win these guns.
Absolutely.
And that's a great thing. And so, like you said, it's $25 donation, or if you put up $100, we're going to give you $125 worth of tickets. So you're going to walk away with 5 tickets. Yeah, it's great.
That is outstanding. Can you tell the folks how they can, if they're watching and they want to participate? And
Sure. You can reach out to us on 2 platforms. You can contact Coach directly and bother the school and call them Monday through Friday. I'm joking. No, you can reach me at 318-201-7575, and that'll call me directly or text me, and we'll get some tickets to you. Or you can email us at 4ghs.football@gmail.com, and that's 4ghs.football@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to get a parent out to you, myself, Coach, somebody will reach out to you and get it taken care of. we're doing really great. We have over 85% of the tickets sold. We're actually meeting parents tonight and reorganizing the ticket sales. We have a parent that, I have some that sell 1 pack of 20, and I have some that sold 5 packs of 20. And so some of the parents have a competition going on with the sales, and we try to make it fun and try to make it enlightening. But we feel blessed the opportunity of these great parents that step up every year after year. We got some great senior parents. We've had some great freshman parents. And, we're just blessed for the opportunity to be able to do this and give back and work with some great local vendors that provide some really quality gear. And it's vitally important. Gridiron stepped up this year and bought 2 high-profile concussion protocol helmets. I don't know the lingo in the business and all that, but I know they're expensive.
These guys know the lingo.
And we're blessed to be able to do that. And if we didn't have great parents and great support from our community and our small business owners here that pay for them field signs and come out and participate, we couldn't do it. So we're so thankful for all of our vendors here tonight. And Route 22, B22 is a big supporter of that. And a lot of great local businesses. I mean, we had a record year with field signs out and everything like that, and so it's been a blessing.
That's outstanding. I want to go back to something real that's very important that some people probably go in one ear and out the other. You mentioned you have a lot of great freshman parents.
Yeah.
That's indicative of we talked about the culture shift. That's very indicative of parents that are supporting their freshmen, their young athletes. We used to call them underclassmen back in the day. Buying into this culture, getting involved in this culture, and that's truly what it takes to have a culture shift. The younger you get, the kids involved, that connection is really, really important. So that's encouraging to me. I know it's got to be for Coach Felton to see that.
Yes, sir. It's been one of our best seasons as far as with the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the neighbors, the churches, our local churches. We couldn't do without them, regardless of their Pentecostal, Baptist, Catholic, Presbyterian, whatever it is. We've had such great support. They come out and pray with these boys. They cook for these boys. And we got a lot of great mamas and a lot of great daddies out there that step up and, put in that time, And so when I started 5 years ago with my oldest, as you kind of mentioned earlier off the broadcast, they were probably doing about 11 to 14 fundraisers a season. And, man, it was taxing because we all work full-time, and we're at church on Sunday like a lot of our great listeners, and you guys are. And, when's another 5 minutes, right? And so Coach has kind of streamlined things down to about 3 fundraisers, and it's run wide open. You want to run fast and wide? Come get on this Gridiron program, Booster Club,
Good job, Coach.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
That's good
and look,
stuff.
we get to enjoy the games on Friday night, so we're thankful. We're really thankful.
What grade is your youngest son in?
My youngest, as my wife calls him, our baby boy, he is a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
And he's a young sophomore. He just turned 15.
I thought he was. Our viewers, Gavin Borland, this is his daddy right here. Gavin was a linebacker here at Grant High School. He's playing at the next level now, and so we tried to get him to talk. He's walking by behind camera and will not come over here. But I'm thankful that to see that you got one that's out of school or out of high school rather, and you got another one that's coming up. And I want to commend you, Eddie Joe, you guys do a lot of things behind the scenes, and a lot of those things, this vision that the head coach here is casting, right?
Yes, sir.
It takes guys like you, dads like you, and I know there are many, but you're sitting here on camera. So, but I want to thank you guys for because I was one of those daddies at one time.
That's right.
And I want to thank you for supporting this wonderful program.
Well, look, I appreciate it, but I couldn't really do it without the viewers out there, the people that are there on Friday nights in the stands, the people that are there on Mondays helping us prep, set up, and I couldn't do it without all of these great parents, grandparents, and extended family.
Yeah.
They're just a great group of people. We've had of great ones in the past. I could drop names all night, but I don't want to bore y'all to death. But I mean, I've worked with a lot of great parents and learned over the years, and we're trying to cultivate that culture. And it's just super exciting to kind of have that atmosphere where people are willing to just step up.
Yeah.
I had a dad just got off a shift work, a 12-hour shift, and just showed up, to drop off his raffle tickets. And he wants more, and I don't have any more to give him. It's our best season, we've been hitting home runs and so blessed. And a great group of parents. Like I said, I couldn't take the thank you without thanking all those parents.
Well, I appreciate you coming and giving us a little bit of time.
Sure,
I'm going to let you go back and finish eating your supper.
Hey, great food here.
Great food here
Yes.
at Route 22. Want to invite you to come on out and get you something good to eat. They've got wonderful food. We're going to step away for just a moment. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit about the redistricting. But keep that in mind. I hope you wrote down all that information from Eddie Joe about how to get your raffle tickets for the 30 guns in 30 days. I want to invite you to participate in that, support this great program here at Grant High School. But stay with us right here on 446 Sports. Come back for the third segment of the Grant Cougars Coaches Show. We'll be right back.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view, and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at louisianaathleticlub.com.
Welcome back to Route 22 for the Grant High School Cougar Coaches Show with head coach Jarvous Felton. You just heard from Eddie Joe Borland talking about the 30 guns in 30 days. All the funds that are raised go directly into the Grant High School football program, and we're so thankful for that. There's some things around the LHSAA that have gone on in the last few days, and it's a redistricting.
Right. So they're they're reclassifying.
Yeah, there you go.
And so schools from 5A to Class C, every 2 years they count the student enrollment and they reposition them based on that, whether you gain kids or you lost kids.
Right.
To try to keep a competitive balance, among the schools.
Right.
And why that's important is, and we're going to, real quick, I'll explain to the viewers, Grant turned in with 512 kids. Mm-hmm. On average, about half boys, half girls. Mm-hmm. And then, when you think about it, I've spent too much time researching this
That's why
topic.
you're the man. You're the man.
Well, like a third of your boys usually play football.
Yeah.
So if you got 250 boys, that's about 80 kids, and y'all got about 60-something on the team. So it's about right.
Yeah.
So if he's picking from a pool of about 80, someone like Tioga or West Washita that's almost at 1,000 or 900.
Yeah.
They're picking from 200-300.
Yeah.
And so he's got 80 and he's got one of Mod Sykes. They might have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They might have 2 or 3 Matthew Coopers. And so when you get to that level, you want to try to balance it out.
Yeah.
So with the Cougars turning in that 5-12, that would put them not in 4A where they have been, but in 3A.
Yeah.
Along with some other teams that we saw. If you haven't seen the redistricting or the reclassification numbers, they're officially available online at LHSAA. Every social media outlet that covers high school sports, it's the biggest story right now in high school sports. And that would put you not with Wassman, not with Franklin Parish, Tioga, Peabody,
West Washita,
but actually with Buckeye, Bunkie, Gina, and Marksville. And those enrollments, I think you'd be the biggest school in that district.
Yeah. Going by these numbers.
What do you as the man guiding this program think about that?
It's exciting to know that we're finally at a place to where we're at a level to where we feel more comfortable as a program and as a community to where our kids can compete, and to see that, because a lot of these kids, that's what they typically play in the junior high level and in the Red River level, so they are familiar with those group of people. And in the summertime, we compete against in 7-on-7, so we're familiar with each one of these schools. So it's more suited for and better for our kids, and the number count, like you said, it's just, it puts you in a better place to be successful.
Right.
So the last 2 years classification, we were, I think, 4 kids over. So we appealed it, and we went down to LHSA to appeal our classification, but they denied it. But you always got to fight for your kids. But 2 years ago, we were in a district with Neville, Franklin Parish again, Wassman, Tioga, and I don't think Woe was in there yet 2 years ago. But when they bumped up to 5A, West Washita came down with us to 4A, and it just the pick pool of athletes to choose from, man, is just humongous.
Well, you got, when you have more kids, you have a bigger community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and goes to the fact that Eddie Joe comes here, is a great parent that's helping you develop in this Gridiron Club. And that's based off of you having 500 kids. A Tioga or a Franklin Parish or a they might have 3 Eddie Joes.
Yeah.
So then it's not just the players. It's it's a bigger community which can draw in more money. There's more kids in the school, so the school gets more money. The school gets money off of the kids from the state. Not that they're exploiting them,
right?
But the state pays
MFP
funding for each student. So the more kids you have, the more funding you get, which can be spread around to cover things, sometimes athletically, that, if Coach Felton went and asked for, there's no money for that. But at a Tioga or at a West Washita, there is money for that.
Yeah.
And so that competitive advantage, it's not just about, well, we got, 20, 30 more kids. We've got more community support. We've got more access to funds.
Right.
That gap starts getting bigger. And so when and Coach Felton, they were the second smallest 4A, and then this year I believe you were the smallest 4A.
Yeah.
That's
by
tough.
a large margin. Huge margin.
I think the smallest team in this district is about 800 kids.
Yeah.
I think that's either Wassman or Tioga, 850 kids.
Yeah.
That's 350 more kids than Grant.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother 3A school.
Yeah.
that you're bigger than.
That's exactly right.
It's like playing 2 schools put together.
When you look at it at that perspective, I mean, that's a lot.
So it's not just playing like, well, this week we're going to play Buckeye and another Buckeye.
Yeah, right.
They're going to team, so now you're going to be in a district with teams that have the same number of kids, same type of funding available from the state, same type of, community size, because, community size is it mirrors almost how many kids are in the school.
Right.
Just that ebb and flow. And so now you're that gap that we just talked about from where you are with the 4A schools, it closes. And so now you can focus on, instead of him trying to play catch up with facilities and stuff to compete, he can focus on coaching.
Yeah.
And getting the kids ready. And the kids feel confident, that, it's a similar team to us. Now we just got to go beat them.
Yeah.
Versus, man, Tioga, I think, is putting in a $5-6 million field house. $8 million field house.
We
what do you do with that?
Yeah.
And then we live in an age where parents choose. We can sit there and talk about recruiting. The biggest recruiter is the parents choosing for themselves.
Yeah.
And the nearest neighbor is Tioga.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, an $8 million field house, and it starts pulling you.
Yeah. Hey, look, I totally get it. Some of those things when Grant and Neville were in the same district. Both of you guys remember that.
Mm-hmm. They've hovered the line of 1,000 kids every year.
When you get on a bus and you ride up there to play them in their place, and it's hard to justify. Okay, these guys are in the same district.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand how that works, but from the psyche of a kid, of a football player, when they drive up and get off that bus and they're looking around going, oh my goodness, we're in the same district with these guys. That's got to be really, really beneficial to the psyche of these kids to be moving down. I mean, you say moving down, it sounds terrible, but it's not. You're just moving to where you should be, right? So that's got to be tremendous confidence booster to these kids. Do they know? Are they aware?
Some of them are. Some of them are.
I bet the parents know more than.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. They're day-to-day kids. But the most part is, our kids are playing, like they've seen them because they're playing them in JV. So they see them on Monday nights. And we've been successful this year in JV-wise. Our young guys are doing really, really well. And they're seeing them in the junior high level as well. So they're familiar with all these schools. So it's exciting to see, we have a chance to be, really, really good. And we have a chance to be really successful here at Grant High School. So, again, you got to keep putting in that time. We're going to reap that harvest, man.
Talk a little bit about your JV squad. How are they doing this year?
They had a game Monday, didn't they?
You touched on this a little bit.
They count. Buckeye had a lot of injuries this past week. A lot of guys go out, so they couldn't play this past Monday, but we'll finish the season out next Monday against LaSalle. Our JV is 3-2 this year. I think this is the most wins they've had in a JV schedule, I think, since I've been at Grant High School. Yeah. A lot of those guys, man, they look forward to those Monday nights. It sucks as a coach. You've been installing all weekend. You're up there finalizing everything on Sunday afternoon, and then you got practice on Monday, and then you got to turn around and go get on the bus or stay for a game stay for 6.
Well, look, he's scheduling JV right. When I was the head JV coach, we had to go play Ash and Pineville.
I remember that.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. We had about 50, 60 kids, and JV's hard with 50 or 60 kids, because you're asking me to go out there with around 30, 35 kids. Majority of them probably are
playing on Friday night. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to do anything to get them hurt, but, did I just coach, just run a play?
I think, a lot of people are not aware of all of this, particularly with a smaller school like this, or when you didn't have the numbers of kids that would dress and go for a JV game. I can remember back many moons ago when I played. We didn't even. We're talking about a 5A school here, but freshmen didn't even practice with the varsity, didn't dress on Friday night. They had their own thing. The JV would practice with the varsity. They didn't play on Friday night, but I would imagine that's pretty hard to manage.
Absolutely. And, you know, you got some guys you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to really do anything with them.
Right.
But they're there.
Right.
You don't want to waste their time. You know, I'm sure Matthew.
Yeah, he comes and play.
Matthew
you know,
Cooper,
we had to tell him, like, you know, let's sit out this drive, you know. But it's exciting, man, that after seeing, you know, does it suck as a coach because you're tired at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Yes, but when you go out there and you get to coach these young guys and see the hunger in those kids and to see them compete and then come out with a win, you know, it makes it more exciting. You know, you're like, man, you know, like this was fun. This is good to see, you know, because at the end of the day, like this is how those guys are getting prepared. This is how those guys are getting reps, and they're actually getting reps against somebody rather than going against the same person they go every day in practice. They're getting a different look. So and
they get to go hit somebody else.
and those guys that we're counting on Friday nights, hey, this is your time to get extra reps and work on your craft as well. So that's how you build a program, man. You have to really, really, really dive in, and you got to put in for your younger guys and getting those guys quality reps because that's your future.
You know, I'm going to tell you this for our viewers. When you talk about reps, it's not just standing out there while the play. It's I'm out there, and let's say I'm playing linebacker, and I go make a tackle, and I'm like, I can do this. You start moving because those young guys, man. When you go out there and you're always like, well, what is this guy doing? Well, he don't know. You know, he really doesn't. He's kind of nervous. How do I go make a tackle, and what does it look like and feel like?
Yeah.
And then in JV, he's out there, he makes a tackle, and then another one, and another one, and another one. And he's like, okay, I can play this. He starts getting a little more confidence.
Yeah.
That's the rep.
Yeah.
When people talk about reps.
Quality reps.
Yeah, quality reps where somebody they're actually trying to run something. You're actually trying to have to read it or block it or whatever. It's so important.
Yeah.
Because I've seen seniors go out into the field and they're like, what do I do?
Yeah.
There wasn't much of a JV rep for them.
You kind of got a little bit of a, I guess you could call it a luxury. I mean, you've got some from freshmen that are contributing productive on Friday night. They're just not being somebody out there to fill out the 11. I mean, they're productive and they're contributing. So, I think a lot of those quality reps that they would get in JV, that continues on into Friday night and vice versa.
Most definitely. And in your junior high programs as well. You know, this past summer we had our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders come work out with us all summer. So
that's
understanding
wonderful.
the how everything operates, getting a head start on the weights, getting a head start on the sprints, and understanding how everything operates so when they get to the high school, they're not as wide-eyed.
That can be a shocking experience.
Yes.
You know, look, and we've had kids that come up from the junior high level, and like, let's get in the 3-point stance, and it's like,
how do I do that?
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's why I get excited. I think I've told you that off camera. If you're getting the kids ready, there's no way you can't be successful.
Right.
And he's starting to get in those cycles. I'd imagine you've known Matthew Cooper since he was a middle schooler.
Yeah.
I told a few people, I said, man, if we'd have had a Matthew Cooper on defense, my God. But that's a product of the infrastructure and the culture.
We played many years ago. Coach, y'all both know my youngest son, Landry, that played football here at Grant. He played baseball, T-ball, when he was little in the Dixie Youth in Grant Parish. And he made All-Stars. And so we had a scrimmage with a Tioga Pineville All-Star team. And we showed up to play. They're the same age. But within that community, we go back to the communities, there was a lot of travel ball that went on. And so these kids played baseball, T-ball, year-round. And when we got out there to play, talk about quality reps when you're playing equal competition all year round, and they get out there to play our kids that only play during the spring, summer. I was like, what age group kids are we playing?
Yeah,
it's the same age.
Same age, man.
But they looked, and so that type of thing is the same way in football. When you start building that as a young age, they're just better when they get to high school.
Our next step is tapping into the elementary kids, man. We're gonna start 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
How about that?
Hey, we gotta build it, baby.
I'm working with him on that.
Are you working with him?
Cubs all the way to Cougars, baby. Cubs all the way to Cougars.
We're trying to get all of Sinlaw involved in it. But that's for another time.
Well, we've got about 10 minutes left here in the show, and we have a big game coming up Friday night. All of them are big this time of year. They're district games. But our opponent, we've got the Patriots from Franklin Parish coming to Dry Prong. And this team, we talked about the level of competition stepping up. Franklin Parish is first in our district. They are also the number 5 team in Division II non-select in the state. So this is a really, really good football team that's coming to town.
This might be the best football team that's come here in a long time. Yeah. Maybe, several years.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever played anybody top 5 in the entire state, especially in 4A.
Yeah. This is a for real football team.
There are kids committed to LSU, Michigan State, Texas State.
We're just 2 years removed. To show you how a program builds, we're just 2 years removed. I believe maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 4 years, but anyway, I believe it was 2 years ago. We went to Franklin Parish and played them, and we were a field goal away from winning that football.
I still think that thing went in.
A field goal away.
I saw the film, and he kicked it, and I was like, okay, they won. And the referee said no, and I was like, well.
That was a wild one. But we've seen that team. They've been steadily getting better. The Cougars have been getting better, I believe. So what are we going to be looking at Friday night out of Franklin Parish?
They're very explosive offensively. So the main thing is keep everything in front of you, and let's make sure we keep the quarterback into the pocket. And don't collapse the pocket to get him out in space. So we got to come from out to in and to maintain him inside. So don't over pursue. And defensively, with those 2 defensive ends, number 7 is the 5 tech, and you got number 5, and he plays a little left tackle for him as well. So now he's 65. He's at 3 tech. Those 2 guys are very explosive, so they're very, very good with their hands. To me, 7 is better with his hand. He fits better, but 5 is very explosive. So just maintaining those guys, and again, their secondary wise they're pretty good, but they're not something that should scare us. So
how do our receivers match up to them?
They're going to play man. They put a little player off man. So just putting those guys in best situations to be successful, and making sure that they run the correct route and don't get away from what we're asking to do and try to do your own thing.
Yep.
Do what we're asking to do because we see it. So trust us. They come a couple of times this past week, they're kind of cheating in, I'm trying to get a better angle. I'm like, no, keep your width. We see it, and after they widen out and we call the play, the hitch to Dante, he scored on it. So I was like, okay, he came to the sideline. So it's like, now do you see why we told you to widen out? So it's
and Dante's another one of our young receivers.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. So it's exciting to see these guys grow, man, each and every week. So just taking care of the small things, man, is the main thing. I mean, you take care of those small things, it's like taking care of the first level first, and then climb to the second level. But we got to take care of what's in front of us first, and then move forward. It's going to be bright. I'm excited to see how we react and how we respond to the. Again, it's just a game. Don't make this game bigger than what it actually is. They got to put their pants on just like we do. So
that's right.
Let's get after it.
You can really, there's two schools of thought there. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
they're in the districts. You
Yeah,
got to play them.
the last 2 years we had to go there, so
Yeah.
that's another fault, man. You have to go into that environment, you know. And then again, these last 2 weeks we've been on the road. That's
Yeah.
a lot, you know,
Yeah.
on the team.
It's a lot
So-
on us, Coach.
Oh, I know.
We've been on the roof. Well, you know, I've been on the roof for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I had to climb a ladder.
We
So-
brag about our media facilities at,
Yeah.
at Cougar
Oh man,
Stadium
we
all
get
the
to sit in
time.
the air-conditioned
Oh yeah,
room and with carpet.
yeah. Carpet. we get to sit down. You know,
No,
it's-
nobody's screaming at. Now you'd have loved this. So we were on the opposite side, but the Wassman PA announcer, he was just like the one at Peabody.
Yeah.
He's calling the game, and he's throwing
All over.
nicknames, and he told him to go to the grandmama's house for cookies. And
Oh, that's funny. That
you
is
can't even
funny.
hear yourself.
Well, I got any final thoughts before we get out of here, Coach?
No, man, it's a blessing to be back at home. You know, we're celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Week this
Yeah.
week, so we got Pink Out game. So
Good.
come out and support.
Wear your pink, Chad.
Wear your pink on Friday.
I don't know that I may have to get my wife to get me some.
Somebody can hook you up with something.
Hey, that's what I like. I've been after Coach all season long. Boy, it sure would be nice to get some new Grant Cougar swag.
Mr. Thomas got to get it in, man. We've ordered it. He's got to get it in to me.
They have to look at ship today.
It
You got
ships
the email.
today. Okay, good deal. Well, we're just about out of time here. I want to invite you all come out to Cougar Stadium, support these Cougars as they host the Franklin Parish Patriots. And if you absolutely cannot be there, you can tune in to YouTube TV. Just go to 446 Sports, and myself and the coach will be there calling the game. As we do each and every week, although I wasn't there last week, I will be there Friday night, and I look forward to calling this game. Coach, I guess we'll see you Friday night, Coach. I guess
sir.
we'll see you Friday night and
Yes,
see
sir.
all the rest of the Cougars. But for the coach, Thomas LaBorde, for head coach Jarvous Felton, our wonderful producer, Nick, and the great
Apprentice.
Alan Simmons.
The master and the apprentice right here.
I love that. We're going to get out of here, but